Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, ask a new question, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. The summer of superheroes continues, and on this episode, in celebration of a movie that's currently out in theaters, I'm showing some love to Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. Now I'm going to touch base on them later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. On the last two episodes that of the show that I did, I asked, which U.S. city were Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster living in when they created Superman? Well, the correct answer is Cleveland. And 6 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee, and that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this episode of the show is... Winner Cheryl from Minden, Louisiana. So congratulations, winner. Winner yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode. Episode 533. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm doing an abbreviated episode in a few days, just so I can get back on track. So this is a free tee question for episode 533, and because I'm showing some love to the Fantastic Four on this episode, this is a Fantastic Four question. In the comics, which other Marvel superhero team have all 4 members of the Fantastic Four been members of? Was it A, Guardians of the Galaxy, B, X-Men, or C, the Avengers? Alright, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this superhero team made their first appearance in their own book in 1963 and was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. The second hint, the name of this team is also a noun that means a person who exacts punishment or inflicts harm in return for an injury or wrong. The third hint, and this is kind of a dead giveaway, this team has always been referred to as Earth's mightiest heroes. And the fourth hint, in the comics, the founding members of this team were Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Wasp, and Ant-Man. And then the fifth and final hint, this is also a dead giveaway if you've ever watched a movie according to this team. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the founding members of this team were Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Hulk, and Hawkeye. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on episode 533. Alright, now, Adam and Katrina Gauthier from Warren, Ohio have requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features the Sorcerer Supreme going up against one of the antagonists in Harry Potter. Representing Marvel, we have Doctor Strange. And representing Harry Potter, we have Voldemort. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call...
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Doctor Strange versus Voldemort. Doctor Strange is a practicing sorcerer who draws his powers from mystical entities including Agamotto, Cyttorak, Icon, Ashtor, Rogador, and Watum, who lend their energies for spells. Strange also wields mystical artifacts, including the Cloak of Levitation, which enables him to fly, the Eye of Agamotto, an amulet whose light is used to negate evil magic, the Book of the Vishanti, a grimoire which contains vast knowledge of white magic, and the Order of Agamotto, a crystal ball which is used for clairvoyance. In addition to his magical abilities, Strain is trained in several martial arts disciplines, including judo, and has shown proficiency with numerous magically conjured weapons, including swords and axes. Voldemort is renowned for his exceptional skill in the dark arts, which includes a deep understanding of powerful and forbidden magic. He is capable of performing spells that many wizards cannot even comprehend. He is slightly skilled in legilimency, allowing him to read minds and access memories without the target's consent. Conversely, he also practices occlumency, which protects his own mind from being invaded. Voldemort is infamous for creating Horcruxes, which are objects containing fragments of his soul. The dark magic grants him a form of immortality as long as the Horcruxes remain intact. He demonstrates advanced skills in transfiguration, capable of transforming objects and conjuring complex magical constructs such as a silver shield during duels. Unlike most wizards who require broomsticks, Voldemort can fly unaided, showcases mastery over magic. Voldemort is proficient in all three unforgivable curses: Avada, the killing curse; Crucio, the torture curse; and Imperius, the mind control curse. His use of these spells makes him a dangerous adversary. He possesses the ability to communicate with snakes, a skill known as Parseltongue, which he inherited from his ancestor Salazar Slytherin. Voldemort can apparate silently, allowing him to teleport without making a sound, which adds to his stealth and surprise in confrontations. Who will win? This is a no-brainer. The Orb of Agamotto would negate all of Voldemort's magic, which is all evil. Doctor Strange would then end the fight by delivering a roundhouse kick to Voldemort's head. Doctor Strange wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Thank you, Adam and Katrina, for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another fight for a future episode. Now, if you want to make a request for a fight, you're more than welcome to do so, but remember, I have rules. The first rule is that there has to be at least one comic book or manga character involved in the fight. The second rule, that comic book or manga character can go up against another comic book or manga character, a video game character, or a serious-minded cartoon character like Optimus Prime, Voltron, one of the members of the Centurions. You know, anyone like that. And make sure your fight makes sense. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for J. Jonah Jameson to go up against Omni-Man. Although that would make a very interesting shouting match at first. That, and I'm sure J.K. Simmons would appreciate it. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is Absolute Batman number 10. Absolute Flash number 5. Batman Superman World's Finest number 41. Detective Comics number 1099. Eddie Brock Carnage number 6. Exceptional X-Men number 11. Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton number 2. The New Avengers number 2. The New Gods number 8. Superman Unlimited number 3. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 10. Thundercats number 16. Titans Dark Reflection, or Titans number 25. I said Dark Reflection because that was on there. Titans number 25. Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman number 2. Ultimate X-Men number 17. Ultimate Black Panther number 18. Wonder Woman number 23. And finally, X-Men Age of Revelation number 0. Oh, check it out. Double cover! All right, that's 18, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 13,857. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Here's a question for a free tee for episode 533. In the comics, which other Marvel superhero team have all 4 members of the Fantastic Four been members of? Is it A, Guardians of the Galaxy, B, X-Men, or C, the Avengers? All right, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this superhero team made their first appearance in their own book in 1963 and was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. The second hint, the name of this team is also a noun that means a person who exacts punishment or inflicts harm in return for an injury or wrong. The third hint, this team has always been referred to as Earth's mightiest heroes. The fourth hint, in the comics, the founding members of this team were Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Wasp, and Ant-Man. And then the fifth and final hint, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the founding members of this team were Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Hulk, and Hawkeye. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to winner Cheryl from Minden, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this episode. All right, on this episode, it's all about Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. Now, 65 years ago, or a little over 64 years ago, actually, 2 men who had never worked together, and I'm talking about Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, had decided to create a comic book universe together. And the first thing that they came up with was a book in which 4 regular human beings go up into space, and when they come back, they're transformed and end up getting superpowers, all according to their separate personalities. And they've been a staying power character. I mean, they were there at the dawn of the Marvel Universe. And of course, I'm talking about the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family, and the world's greatest comic magazine. All right, now Mr. Fantastic, whose real name is Dr. Reed Richards, possesses genius-level intellect, is an exceptional engineer, physicist, biologist, and chemist who possesses superhuman elasticity, malleability, and durability, and limited shape-shifting. And then there's the Invisible Woman, whose real name is Dr. Susan Sue Storm Richards, which is also Reed's wife. She possesses, her abilities are projective invisibility, self-invisibility, invisible force field projection, which grants her the power to control and manipulate objects, generation of visible energy constructs, generation of protective invisible shields, telepathic immunity, and flight. And then there's the Human Torch, whose real name is Jonathan Lowell Spencer, or Johnny Storm. His abilities are pyrokinesis, a fiery form that enables flight, and heat and energy absorption. And then there's one of our all-time favorites, The Thing, whose real name is Benjamin Jacob or Ben Grimm. His abilities due to having a rocky flesh is superhuman strength, or better yet, skin made out of rock, or superhuman strength, stamina and durability, immortality, and it's a skilled hand-to-hand combatant. I mean, this is one of my favorite, one of my favorite comic book characters. My favorite my overall favorite superhero team. I mean, this is also the second book that I actually ever started reading when I started my comic book journey. I mean, first it was Superman, but then I decided to read Fantastic Four, and I've never missed an issue ever since I started. But yeah. All right. Throughout this episode, I've worn 4 different Fantastic Four comic hero tees, and you can find each of them on the shop site. I mean, on the news site of Comic Hero merch, which is Shopify. Now, there's my info down there. Go ahead and buy one, or buy something else. But please, sir, please, ma'am, go ahead and buy something. My shop site is operational. All right, here's the roadhead for the show. The Summer of Superheroes rolls on episode 532, which is an abbreviated episode that I'm doing in a few days. I'm going to show some love to everyone's femme fatale and Batman's on-again, off-again love interest, Catwoman. And then on episode 533, which I'm doing next week, I'm going to show some love to the Amazing Spider-Man. And then on episode 534, I'm raising awareness of spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA. And then after that, I'm going to take a break for the rest of the month, and I'm going to come back in September. But there's a reason why I'm doing that. And that reason is I'm going to be a vendor at GeekCon. And so with that being said, meet me at the Shreveport Convention Center on August the 22nd through the 24th for GeekCon. I'm going to be a vendor there. There are going to be a lot of other great vendors and great guests. Patrick Renna from the Sandlot will be there. Holly Marie Combs, Brian Krause, and Dorian Gregory from Charmed are going to be there. Jason Lee and Ethan Suppley from Mallrats and My Name is Earl are going to be there, and several others. And then meet me at the West Monroe Convention Center, which is the site of the 2nd annual Louisiana Delta Comic Con. It's on November 8th. I'm going to be there. My friend Shane Dyson is going to be there. My friend John Stout's going to be there. Jordan and Justice from J&J Cosplays is going to be there. The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, is going to be there. And then several others. It's always going to be fun. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the East Texas Comic Con Fans Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube, hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Careers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. Oh, I just want to say this. If you celebrated a birthday last week, your name is in the birthday segment following. All right, I'm Victor Nunley on the Comic Hero. There's the mug. I was wondering where the mug was. It was down on the floor. All right, I'll see you in a few days for episode 532. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and it's clobbering time.